Good morning. Welcome to Qigong Live Online this morning, this bright, sunny Tuesday morning. So welcome. And today we're talking about, somebody asked me about anxiety and worry and things. I'll do anxiety in this one, and the beginner's one I'll do worry. And I'll do Qigong exercise for that. But I'm going to give you some acupuncture points, some acupressure points as well today. But we'll just bow into the class and we'll get into that, yeah? Very good. Pull back on your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. And gong. And bring your hands down. Very good. There you go. Cool. So the anxiety is a creepingly becoming more popular. I don't know whether popular is the right word for that, but it is definitely increasing in popularity in the world. And anxiety is just a more intense form of worry. It's where worry gets, it's like perpetual worry, just constant. And anxiety, we have anxiety about lots of things, and about lots of things can stress us out. So we always need to find out where the stress is coming from, where the worry is coming from. Of course, you need to go for the source of the anxiety, and what's the story running in the background, the narrative that's running, that's creating the anxiety. Anxiety is just a symptom. The problem is what's causing it, which will be the story about whatever you're worried or concerned about and how you deal with that. And that's creating this effect. But we're going to deal with the effect, and you need to go and deal with where it's coming from. Or go and see a traditional Chinese medicine person and talk to them about it and find out where the source of the problem is coming from. Yep. But we're going to deal with the actual symptom, which is something I normally don't do, but we're going to, because I'm going to give you something as a tool that you can use if you feel anxious. It's something that can help take away the anxiousness. Yeah. So the first one we're going to do two acupuncture points. We're going to do what? First one's Shen Men. Now, Shen Men's a heart point, and it's just under the crease. If we go the transverse crease across there, yep, we go the little finger side, but that's the heart meridian travels down the little finger side. And we go just under where transverse crease is, the line across your wrist. Yeah, I think you can all see that, where the wrist is across there. We go right across the transverse crease, just to the other side, and inside the ligament, there's a ligament that runs on the outside. We come roll across the ligament, and there's a hollow between the ligaments and the outside, more ligaments, more tendons in the middle. Yep, and you run your finger across there, and there's a hollow, and that's Shen Men. Yep. If you want to, I'll put Shen Men up on the description for you. So if you need to, just go ask for an image of Shen Men. I'm not sure if I can put an image up on YouTube in the description. I don't think I can put an image up there, but I'll put the name of the point, and all you have to do is just type it into anywhere, ChatGPT, Chat or Google, whatever you use, and I'll just show you a picture of exactly where it is. Yep, if that description wasn't enough. Yep. So the point we're going to do, now we're going to do, there's two different ways you can do this point in acupressure. We can do the pressure point method, which is you push down and release, and we can just use your finger, or you can use your thumb, and you press it down and release. Press it down and release. And you're going to breathe out and go, and then breathe in. As you release, press down, breathe. Breathe in, release. Push down and release. And we'd probably do this 12 times probably. We could probably do it 3 sets of 12 as well. 12. And I don't mean 36 all at once, I mean 3 sets of 12. So have a break after that, rig up the point and just have a break, and then go back and do it again. Yep, and do the 12. Push in, breathe out, relax. Now, Shen Men means spirit gate. It's like the doorway to your soul as such. And what it does is it's a gatekeeper of any disturbance to your soul. So by putting pressure on this point, you're activating the gatekeepers to regulate the heart, to regulate the energy of the heart, regulate any disturbance in the heart. And quite often anxiety will create disturbance in your heart. Yep. Do that 12 times. Cool. The next one is the circle method, where you're going to do circles. Now, acupuncture points, because this is acupuncture point, the energy of the acupuncture points all in your body. Technology is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing when it always works, but it's not so good when it always something happens. And it's just there's always something. I shouldn't say that, because that's a really bad thing to say, there's always something. Because if I say there's always something goes wrong, then something will always go wrong. Nothing ever goes wrong without filming. Because if you want to say the other one, you know that that's what you just create, the energy of that, and it'll just keep happening. So nothing ever happens. Good. Now, we forgot one important thing, didn't we? There's two sides. We're going to go with the other side. And we're going to do the pressure point and just do it 12 times. Exactly the same on the other side. Yeah. Exactly the same heart meridians travels from the small finger, transverse crease, right across to the very end, come around the ligament or the tendon, and just sit in there. There's a little hole there, and just massage the point. We're doing pressure point. Breathe out as you push in, breathe in as relax. You'd be surprised how well this point works. This point's really good for insomnia as well, because it regulates the heart, helps the heart relax. Good, then we'll do our circles. We're doing both. Normally, sometimes you can just do one. You don't have to do both. Just do one method, whichever one you like. And it stimulates the heart. There's a magic. It's one of those magic points in traditional Chinese medicine about how it regulates your emotions, how it regulates your stress and worry. It's a very cool point. I'm going to give you another one today too. I'm going to give you two. Good. Then we've done our 12. As I say, you can do 3 sets of 12 anyway. There you go. So that's the first one. So the second point we're going to do is a very famous point called Yin Tang. It's right here in between your eyebrows. Your eyebrows is right in the middle. Now there's various ways you can activate this point, and there's in heaven to earth you use points. You don't even touch the points. You actually have fingers out from them. You point towards them in the heaven to earth Qigong system. There's a Daoyin head massage system which uses dagger fingers to do this point. But we're not going to get as elaborate as that. We're just going to do the point. Now you can do it with whichever finger you want. You don't have to do it with your index finger, but I'm going to do it with my index finger. You can do it with any of the points. Because it's more about the intention you're sending to the point with your own mind, yeah? Now, Yin Tang is a point. It's like the doorway to your mind. And well, it's always the doorway to your third eye as well. Your third eye is right behind it. So it's like a doorway into your mind, but it's a doorway into consciousness through your mind. So the mind, this is our mind center, and this is like the front door of it. There's a back door to it as well. And this is the front door of the consciousness. And so you're going into consciousness. Now this point goes into a center column that goes up from heaven to earth as well. So we have a connection to heaven and earth through this point as well. But what it does is regulate what's going on inside the mind. Now remember, a lot of the anxiety is all about the story about what's wrong, what am I worried about, what's happening in my life that's stressing me out. It's that thing that happens, the story that's created, and this is part of how this regulates the story and disempowers the story. So the story is not real anymore. What did I just said one before, didn't I? I said about to always go, this is how you disempower the story. So I just had a story about, we always have problems with our equipment sometimes. So as soon as I say that, I create that to be a reality. So as soon as I change the story and say, we never have any problems, it's always perfect, then that's what's going to happen. So this point is how you regulate this. It's one of those points. You can think of this point, and you're going to use your finger. You're just going to do circles. Now, to go clockwise, because you do need to go clockwise, the clockwise position, it goes from the bottom, left, top, right. It goes that way. Bottom, left, top, right. And that's clockwise. Yeah? I'm sure I hope that's clockwise. I can't see. Because the anti-clockwise should be top, left, bottom, right. It should be top, left. Gee, I've got to think about that now, don't I? It's going that way. Well, it should be the other way. It's going top, left, bottom, right. Sorry about that. I have to think about it. Top, left, bottom, right. So you're going that circles, that's clockwise on the point. Yep. So you can do 12 circles on that point. Now, while you're doing this, you're thinking of regulating your mind. You're thinking of disempowering the story. So while I'm going to do this point, have you ever done tapping? Tapping that uses this point. So when we're doing this idea, I'm thinking to myself now, nothing ever goes wrong with my equipment when I'm filming. Nothing ever goes wrong with my equipment. So then I'm sending that message into my subconscious to override the other one, which was things always happen with my equipment. So I don't have that one anymore. I'm going to change it. Very good. Now, we're going to do one more thing with that point before we finish. And it's a thing called point respiration. Now, it comes out of the Daoyin practice. Taoyin like to use point respiration when they're doing individual points or acupressure points. So what we're going to do is we're going to push the point in, and as we push it, we're going to breathe out, and we're going to think of pushing the energy into the third point, into Yin Tang, and pushing all the perverse chi out. We're going to breathe it out. And when you breathe in, you bring all the good chi back into the point. So you push it in and breathe out, and then you relax the finger and breathe in. So it's like a puddle of water. You're pushing the water out of the puddle, and then you breathe in, and it all falls back up again. Then you push out all the dirty water, and it falls back up the clean water. It's the same principle. So push in and breathe out. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in. Push and breathe out. Breathe in. Push and breathe out. Good. Now you can do that a set of 3 as well, and 12 times, circles clockwise. Remember, top left, bottom right's clockwise. So I hope you're easier for you to remember. Now that's famous. Everything's got really super clear. So it's part of your consciousness. So it opens up the door of consciousness. So your consciousness is your eyes can look at the camera or your phone or whatever, however you're watching me, and your visuals to there and the walls around you. But when you open this one, you can see beyond the walls. You can see the street outside. By just thinking about it, you can see the street. You can see down the park. You can see to the beach. I can see the whole of Bali in my mind and my consciousness. I'm standing in the middle of that consciousness. That's the third eye opens that ability. That third eye opens the ability to see me sitting in my bedroom when I was 10 years old. I can see that too through my third eye. I can see the possibility of what's going to happen this afternoon. So I can actually see into the future as well. I don't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen, but I can perceive the future through this point. But your eyes are limited to what they can see in front of you. That's it. That's all they see. And so you're opening up a part of your consciousness to see beyond that, which is pretty special. So the exercise we're going to do, the Qigong exercise we're going to do today is called Sage Present Peach, my whole favorite, because it's one of the best exercises to get rid of anxiety and stress and worry and everything else. But we'll do this one today. So the exercise, we're going to start off with the other side. So just go back to the faraway shot, man. That's it, perfect. So we're going to go at this, our feet do like a U shape. So we go to the right side. Or actually, I'll mirror you, yeah? Go to the right, so you're standing on the ball of your right foot. Go to the heel of your right foot, across to your left, and then come forward to the ball of your left foot, the front part of your left foot. Then go to the back, to your heel, then toe. Then go back, heel, come forward. So you're standing on the ball of your foot, front part of your foot, then back to your heel foot. So that's the movement of what's happening with your body weight as the body changes weight. The hands, when I go across, and I'm holding my weight on my right foot, it's the left hand that's facing to the front, and it's like holding the peach in your hand. It's called Sage Presents Peach. It's like holding a peach in your hand. The bottom hand's facing towards the ground. As you come back onto your heel and then come back to the center, the bottom hand comes up and the top hand goes down. At one stage, one palm's up and one palm's down. They look like this. One's up and one's down. So you go from there to there. One up, one down. Then it comes from the bottom and it goes across the top. And the bottom one becomes the bottom. The other one comes the top, holding the peach. Now my weight's changed onto the left side. I go back onto my heels. Both palms come up. One up, one down. Over the top of the hand. Going forward. Yep. Come to the center. And then over the top. Beautiful exercise. Breathing in. And then breathing out. I always like to give this as a thought for people when they're doing this exercise. Is that the core sage presents peach. And the understanding why he's a sage, he understands why he's presenting the peach. So the answer to that is, if you can work out why he's presenting a peach and who he's presenting the peach to, makes you a sage. A sage is like an enlightened person. There you go. But a thought for the day. Good. Now you breathe out as you go forward. Breathe in as you come back to the center. Breathe out as you go forward. Breathe into the center. Breathe out as you go forward. That's it. Perfect. Such a good exercise. You remember, hold the hand up so you're holding the peach. You're not having your hand to the side. It's holding so it's flat. Breathing in. You'll see Guan Yin. You'll see Zhao, the immortals, holding the peach in their hand. And so it's very symbolic in Chinese culture, of course. But the understanding of the peach is one thing, but you've got to understand who you're presenting the peach to. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. And when you turn and face to the side, I'm going to the side to look this way. Don't lean forward. Keep your back nice and straight. You're presenting the peach standing. So you keep the integrity of your spine. Breathe out. This exercise is really good for people who have trouble sleeping as well, because it calms the heart, calms the mind. And long, slow breath in. And long, slow breath out. Breathe in and out through your nose. Such a beautiful exercise. And you can even feel when I do this and you're doing long, slow breath and you're moving slower. The slowness calms your mind. The breathing slower calms your mind. And they both in turn calm the speed of your heart. Because you're going nice and slowly, it slows your heart down and takes the pressure off your heart. And in Chinese medicine, your mind, your Shen, sleeps in your heart at night time. It's like your hard drive's your heart, and your head's like your desktop. You flip your desktop open, at night time you shut it down, your laptop, you shut the top down, and it returns, all energy turns back to the motherboard. Well, the same thing, our motherboard lives in our heart. Our operating system runs inside our heart, not inside our head. The processes are inside our head. But the heart of our body lives inside our heart and our soul. And how our soul, we're going into Chinese philosophy now, how your experience life is that your soul wants to experience life. And your soul doesn't know the difference between wrong and right. That comes with the ethereal soul, it has that understanding. But your true soul, the Shen that lives inside your heart, doesn't do that. And all the Shen wants to do is have experiences of life. And part of the experiences of life, and just finish there, bring your hands down. And part of the experiences of life are your senses. Your visual, your hearing, your taste, the sound, all of that touch are all senses, sensory perceptions of life, so that this form, this soul, can have physical experience of touch and heat and cold and everything else, has the experience of taste and smell. And these are all part of the sensory perceptions of our life to have these experiences. Yeah? It's not a mental experience, it's a sensory experience. And so our mind's got on the road of that. Sometimes we forget. And part of it is doing the Qigong. It brings you back to the sensory perception. And their idea is, of course, your hard drives in your heart, you turn your desktop on, and then you have all these experiences of life. And at night time, it shuts down. They all shut down. Go back into your heart, rest at night time like a computer, pull it down, just turn it off. In the morning, you turn it back on, and all the operating systems open up. Well, this is the same as all our energy comes back into our head. Our ears can start hearing, eyes can see. Yeah, we can feel, we can smell, we taste. But when you're asleep, you don't notice any of those because it's all shut down. Yeah, same principle. Yeah, funny enough, somebody, human mind, created a computer simulating basically it replicated itself. Very clever. Our own computer made another computer. We love that. Have a beautiful day. These are really, I feel really relaxed now. These are really calming exercises. These points are relaxing. You do it nice and slow. There's no hurry. You sit there and take your time. Yep. You take your time. You do this point, taking your time, and just relax. And then do this exercise. Do Sage Presents Peach. And you notice by the time you finish it, all the energy just sinks down, all the worry and everything just dissolves. And you just become present to yourself in the present moment. And that inside that space nothing happens in that space except for ease and calmness. Yep. As long as you don't think of anything. Then it all comes back. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, because your mind's really important. Your mind is a very, very exquisite piece of operating. It's just that when it gets carried away and starts worrying about things that it doesn't need to worry about, that's the problem. Have a beautiful day, everybody. And Mark, I'll see you later. Very cool. Roll back onto your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. Gong. Make fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring it towards your heart. And then down to your physical center. Perfect. There you go. Step back. Bow to each other. And everybody else in the world that watches this, some today, next year, 10 years' time. And if you have any questions, please ask. In 10 years' time, I'll still be here. Well, I won't be here personally, but I'll be here to answer your question. Bye-bye, everybody.